Well, good afternoon guys. I say afternoon because it is the afternoon. I hope you can hear me okay. It's absolutely blown a hoolie today. It's Friday the 13th. As promised, we're out today. I'm feeling absolutely whole load better. Feel back to myself again. Not that miserable sad bloke you saw in the last video. We're back down here in the barbel swim. I'm playing it a little bit safe again tonight. I am planning on moving around, but had another busy week and haven't had a chance to get out and do any pre-baiting. So I'm going to come in here because effectively I pre-baited on Monday, didn't I? Because I didn't catch anything. So what I'm going to do once again is get some bait in with the old bait dropper, some pellets, some hemp, and I'll come back to you and we'll have a chat because I'm going to do things slightly differently tonight. Right guys, well that's the bait dropping done. I've got some ground bait in as well, as you saw. It's ground bait left over from Monday. It's been in my car for a week, well 4 or 5 days. So that slight tinge of going off to it, a slightly vinegar tinge, but to be honest with you, I always find it better that way. I always do really well with slightly gone off ground bait. Anyway, it's that, once again, it's that census barbel mix, sort of halibut pellet hempy mix, and I've got some krill method. It's krill and tuna method mix, just mixed in with it as well. So that's what I'm going to do as far as baiting goes. As I said, it's Friday the 13th. See how lucky it is. It's about 4:15 now, so we've got a couple of hours of daylight. I was able to come down because we finish earlier on a Friday at work. I'm keen to grab the chance because the night's drawing in. A couple of weeks time the clocks will change, won't they, and that'll be the end of coming down in the evening. So I'm keen for the next couple of weeks to make the most of it, but as I said, I am going to swap and change swims. Tactics wise, I'm on my own again tonight. Anastasia's not here. After school clubs and various things. What I thought I'd do with a view to starting my sort of big roach apprenticeship, shall we say. So I've never targeted big roach before at all, but I thought I'd start to have a little go and a little mess about with bits and pieces. So what I thought I'd do tonight is also reflect on back on Monday, and with the water temperatures dropping, I think what I'll do, I'll fish one of my barbel rods just as normal. I'm fishing about a third of the way across the river now because the current is dropped right back. It's down to its painful levels again, although there's about 2 or 3 foot of visibility, so it's not crystal clear, but it's not ideal at all. So to find the edge of the current, the crease, I'm fishing about a third of the way across. So what I'm going to do is stick a barbel rod over the feed with perhaps a krill boilie on, and we'll chop and change that one. I thought on the other barbel rod, what I'd perhaps do is scale down, much smaller hook, maybe a size 10, and use the halibut pellets, perhaps wrap some in paste. I've got some halibut paste, maybe, or just try a pellet on its own. It's kind of not a lot of point in making it huge with the paste on it, if I'm trying to scale down. And I'm going to use those pellets that are super glued onto the elastic band. If you haven't seen my other video, I'll just grab them and quickly show you. Fish topping round there. 10mm halibut, as I say, you can use whatever size you want, obviously. Just super glue them to an elastic band with just about 10mm in between, something like that. So just chop that off, next to that halibut pellet there, just leaving that little tag sticking off the end, which you just nick the hook through. And that effectively sort of hair rigs your pellet. Obviously the elastic band acting like your hair. I thought it was a nice, neat little thing, so we'll have a go with that I think tonight on the other rod. And I think what I'm going to do as well, just as it starts to get dark, just maybe for an hour, is I'm going to borrow Anastasia's rod. I ain't going to tell her though. She never watches these videos, so that's fine. I'm going to borrow, sorry Anastasia, I'm going to borrow Anastasia's rod, just maybe maggot feeder for a bit, and try and catch some roach. I've made up some hook links again, because I always tie my own hook links. What I've done, you purists out there, put your fingers in your ears. What I've done is I've used the same braid that I normally use, which is that sink braid from Gardner. Now, you know, ridiculous using thick braided hook link for roach, I know. However, it does concern me a little bit that I'm going to hook a barbel, and I really do not like leaving gear in fish. So while I'm fishing maggots, and actually I've got some worms as well, although I'm not a great fan of using worms, to be honest. I don't know, I just feel a bit mean hooking a worm, but I don't know, it's just me, I suppose. A bit hypocritical really when I don't mind sticking them in maggots, but I don't like flies. Anyway, and I've also got some bread, which apparently, I've been reading, is the bait for big roach. And also casters, which, because my maggots are a bit old, so I've got some casters as well. But I've got some, I've tied my hook link, only 18 inches long, foot 18 inches. And I've stripped off the end, so it's fairly fine at the end, and put a 14 on. It's actually a barbel hook, it's quite a thick wired hook, but you know, I don't want to catch loads of little roach, to be honest with you. Pound and above, and absolutely I'll be over the moon. So anyway, I think I'll have a go at that. Once the light levels start to drop a bit more, I think I'll have a go for an hour, just with Anastasia's rod as well, and obviously I'll be sitting next to my barbel rods, and they're locked in with those magnetic butt rests. Anyway, I seem to be doing a lot of talking and zero fishing, so I'm going to get my rods set up, get them in the water, and she'll be back to you in a few minutes. Well guys, that's the rod with the paste strapped krill boilie on in the water. Just about to get the other one in. Here's my hook link. Just thought I'd show you that that pellet that I've now put on the hook. You see that there. You see I've just nicked that hook through, if it will stay still in the wind, nicked that hook through that elastic band with the pellet obviously on the back, just to leave the hook side open. So we'll see how we get on with that. I'm thinking this is going to be more sort of, I'm probably going to catch more bream with this than the barbel, but to be honest, you know, I don't mind catching a few decent sized bream, so we'll give it a try anyway, see how we get on. Right guys, we're all set up, both rods are in. I'm just going to set Anastasia's rod up. There's actually a slightly ulterior motive as well for me setting this rod up. What I'm going to do for the winter is buy one or maybe a pair of feeder rods. Just do some light feeder work, you know, similar to what she's got here. I haven't got a lot of money to spend. It needs to be two-piece, sensible action, sensible test curve. So I wanted to have a go with this because I've been looking at the, this is a 10-foot Omni feeder. I've been looking at the 11-foots. They're only less than 30 quid each. And they do seem decent rods. But if anyone's got any suggestions, you're very welcome. been looking, as I say, at this. It's got to be a two-piece, so I should just break them in half, pack them away in the bag. Don't like messing about with 3 sections, does my head in. So two-piece definitely. As I say, I'm looking at the Omni feeders, preferably 11 foot. There was also Shimano, I think an AX was another rod I was looking at, which looked reasonable. They're about 40 quid a piece. But if anyone's got any suggestions, then give me a shout, please. I say, well, nice and light, roach fishing really, preferably a sort of tippy action. But it's got to be able to you know, cope with some chub and stuff, which I'm likely to catch while I'm doing it. So give us a shout anyway. Stick it in the comments below if you've got any ideas. If you've got a rod you think might be suitable. It's not going to cost me an arm and a leg and a divorce. So guys, again, you roach fishing purists, look away now. But here's the hook link I've tied up from the braid. Stripped, this time stripped perhaps a couple of inches back from the hook there, size 14 hook, and I've actually got all the liner liners on as well, just to give it a nice hooking angle with that soft, really supple braid coming out of it. So it just keeps a nice hooking angle. You know, I might be barking up the wrong tree here. You know, the biggest roach I've caught is probably about 8 ounces. Just float fishing up the loch. Never really done a lot in the past. And as you've seen, if you've seen my videos as well, I like to do things a bit differently, have my take on things. And you know, I don't know who it was who once said, you know, don't expect to get different results if you do the same thing as everyone else. So try something a bit different, see what happens. You know, can only go wrong, can't it? So guys, it's actually got really dark now. I'm not sure what the time is. Let's have a quick look. It can't be 5 o'clock yet. So it's very, very cloudy. We might get some showers as well. Oh, just 5 o'clock. 2 minutes past 5. So anyway, I'm gonna have a go with this. See if I like it. I have fished with it a few years ago. It's not for quite a while. I'm going to start off on the maggots anyway, see what happens. I would imagine we're just going to get smashed up by a little perch. But, we'll see. If we do, then perhaps we'll move over to bread. Had a couple of bites on maggots, but not a lot. Just checking what the water temperature was. I couldn't remember on Monday. I've got it down here as 14.2. It's actually showing 14.9 now, so looks like it's gone back up in the last few days. So no excuses tonight about declining water temperatures. Well, I thought I might get smashed up with a little perch, and not tiny, but not exactly what we're after. But it's a blank saver and it's not a bad start, so bring on a few more of his bigger brothers and sisters. Well guys, it's just gone 6 o'clock, really starting to lose the light now, with it being really cloudy as well. I'm getting lots of taps and stuff on the maggots, but I'm sure it's just little fish plucking away at them. So I'm going to try some bread on that now as I say, we're losing the light. The other two rods are tapping away as well. May again be small fish, you know, skimmers and stuff. Which is not overly interested tonight, to be honest. I'll happily catch some bream, chub, and of course barbel. So we'll try till it gets dark anyway on this on the Anastasia's rod. As I say, I'm going to try some bread, a bit of bread flakes, see how we get on. That's got a real stonking great clang on it there. Well guys, it's just 7:30 now. It's been really hard going. There's not a lot happening at all. But one tap on the halibut pellet rod and one tap on the one with the krill, paste wrapped krill boilie on it. What I actually have done is I left Anastasia's rod out, put it back onto maggots, knowing that the small fish are not going to bother me during the hours of darkness. And it's just slammed over. 3 maggots on a size 14. Not the biggest one in the world, but just had this fella out. That's great, isn't it? It was a couple of pound maybe. Beautiful condition once again. I mean, absolutely fantastic. And he's not very happy, as you can see. All his fins are sticking up. He's really not happy being out of the water. Chomping away on my maggots. But I've come right back from the water here to put the camcorder on, so we're not disturbing the swim at all. But I'm going to get this fella back in and get the rods back out. We'll give it another hour, I think, see how we get on. Well guys, it's 8:30. I think I'm going to call it a day at that. The river is very, very quiet. Little bit of a pattern emerging, isn't there? It's gone up a degree in a week, and contrary to what you'd think, completely switched the fishing off. But we had the same thing, if you catch your mind, a few weeks back, when I caught that barbel at sort of 9.5, 9¾ pound from the outflow pipe swim up that way. Fished it on the Monday, Tuesday didn't fish, Wednesday and Thursday dropped back into there, and the water had gone up 1/2 degree or nearly a degree, exactly the same as here, and switched the fishing off up there as well. So, you know, you live and learn. You'd think slightly warmer water going in would turn the fish on, but it seems to do the opposite in here, certainly at the moment anyway. So, you know, we'll take that on board, perhaps use my thermometer a bit more and not hope for a rise in temperature. Certainly stable temperature does seem to be the best thing, really. Anyway, you know, we've had that chub, sort of, what was it, I don't know, £2, £3 at a push, somewhere around there. I had it on Anastasia's rod, which is brilliant, because I wanted to have a little go with that, which I did. And, you know, cope with that chub no problem. It was really nice. So I think I've sorted out my roach rods for the winter and to do a bit of perch fishing as well. So I think we're looking at some Shakespeare Omnis. Seem to be decent rods and at a really good price as well. So that's that sorted. You know, I was using that earlier, wasn't on the maggot feeder, and it was all a little bit quiet. You know, I was expecting to get smashed up, but you know, I was getting little plucks and little pulls, but not smashed up at all. Did miss that bite. I had a lovely bite when I was fishing bread. I missed it for some reason. I'm not quite sure why I missed it, but it was a proper nice bite. It wasn't a breamy bite, so I don't really know what it was. Maybe a chub, perhaps. So that's given me a bit more confidence as well in using bread. I'm not a great fan of using bread, so that's helped me along with my confidence as well. So you know, we've not had a great evening. Mr. Barbel didn't turn up. But you know, we've had a chub, we had that little perch as well, didn't we? I think what I'm going to do now, there's no rain really forecast for a while now. I had a look at the forecast before it came out. So what I'm going to do, I think, is def this stretch out for now. I'm going to move up where I was bream fishing earlier on in the season. I'm going to get up there. The bream up there are always obliging. So till the weather changes, I think we need to get up there. There's a chance of barbel up there as well. I've seen huge barbel up there. They're a lot fewer and far between than they are in here, in this stretch, but there's some up there, and I've seen huge mid doubles up there swimming about. So you know, they are up there. Well, they certainly were last season anyway. Also saw a carp crash out when I was up there the other day, and it looked like it was getting on for £20. So there's carp up there, there's bream, obviously there's chub. Up there we will certainly get some of those nice bream out. They run to over £8 up there. So I think we'll concentrate up there for now. I'll get up there on Sunday, I think. There'll be no more fishing Saturday till early next week. I'll get up there Sunday, put some bait in, and perhaps Monday or Tuesday we will go out and fish the evening up there and see if we can't knock a few slabs out. Anyway, I'm off home now, so once again thanks very much for watching. Enjoy your own angling, and I will see you again early next week.